Hello everybody and welcome to the Time for News, where we talk about newsy bits about Dead by Daylight, specifically, because I haven't decided to talk about anything else just yet. We are growing scruff and a beard, it's coming along nicely after a week of growth. We're gonna see if the costume makes it in time for Halloween or not, but first things first, let's jump into developer stream number 71. One of the biggest things plaguing our community is the save data loss, where you just log in and everything's gone. All that delicious hard work to which you will then wait weeks, if not months, trying to get some blood points back to purchase back everything you had in game. They are working on it. One of the biggest notes to take from stream is essentially it takes a while to make sure that not only do they have a fix for it, but it won't happen again, ever, in the new fix. So they're gonna have a new way to save data, they gotta test it, could take a little while longer, but they want you to know, yes, it is absolutely something they're working on, and it is something that is happening. But the other thing we need to start focusing on is the Wraith Cube. If you're not familiar with the Wraith Cube, essentially it is the Wraith's rework. Anything they call a cube is essentially a six-way pattern in which they design something to take the most optimal route. Instead of just fixing it in one way, they fix it in six, making a cube. 2, and then 4 around. You know, you get what a cube is. I hope I do, maybe. I hope I don't mess that up. However, they did come up with the things they want to change with the Wraith. However, I disagree with this fixing the Wraith and making him viable. It's essentially going to take him from not viable and bullied to about as good as the Doctor and then still bullied. Things they're considering is that the Wraith is going to be more quiet. I mean, sure, a stealthy character who goes invisible should absolutely be stealthy. That would be nice. The time to cloak is something that they wanted to touch up on. Instead of taking the amount of time it does, which I believe is 3 seconds, it takes only 1 second. And then the time to uncloak is the same 3 seconds. However, they are going to allow you to move at the same speed as a running survivor when you are uncloaking. Currently, you get a heavy speed penalty when you are cloaked and uncloaking, therefore survivors get a massive chance to run away. However, now they are changing it so that you can uncloak at the same speed of them running. Run, my little darlings, run. And essentially, they're trying to make invisibility more viable as a tracking tool, as you're supposed to be able to see blood marks a little better, and they're supposed to be nice and bright, and they have this cool nifty little thing we're going to take a look at here in just a second that changes it from the normal dark layout to a more black and white, such as borrowed time. Roll the clip.
Flies by the seat of his pants. He's okay. So after you've cloaked, the world changes and comes back. Now this is a work in progress, as I've mentioned. The black and white mode, I don't believe will be going into the game.
Not like this, for sure.
No, but we're looking, because we wanted to specifically make the blood a lot more visible, as well as the scratch marks, and due to the way that our game is currently being processed, this is not going to be very achievable with the filter that we're currently using for borrowed time.
So with all the tests coming down, you can see that they are trying to make an effort to change what the Wraith does. However, what makes the Wraith weak is not the fact that his tool doesn't track well enough. He's got perks for that, and we have perks to track. The problem is the tool does not assist in killing a survivor. So far, all other tools do, be it mobility or be it control in some kind of way. The Doctor was amplified to be able to stun a survivor from going over a pallet or a window. When you have a killer that can just uncloak at the same speed a survivor runs, it's just as if a normal killer now catches up to you. You just should run. And if I'm not mistaken, if you leap through a window while he is uncloaking, he still must go around. To me, it just does not seem like the fix. A killer needs to be powerful in any kind of way. I've always felt that the Wraith should be able to hit directly out of invisibility due to the weakness of flashlight and having several counters to this. However, if tracking is the way they wish to go, we really have to think of things like Bloodhound and Sloppy Butcher that already exist that will kind of make this tool almost useless. You could always just be a Wraith with any other killer and have a superior tool. So this scares me that we're just still gonna see a poor bullied Wraith, but if the tracking is what the Wraith is to do, that will still be a fun mechanic to have, although you may never be able to lose the Wraith once you start bleeding. With the blood becoming a brighter red with Sloppy Butcher as is, it's one of the most powerful tracking tools in the game. The only reason it's not utilized is because you still have to hit the damn person, so they bleed. If someone runs no mither, you will never find them. They will never bleed. The tool becomes then useless to track a no mither user. Now, why would someone run no mither? That's beyond me, but hey, you never know. But the big thing that comes down to is, will I use the Wraith because his tool is powerful, or because the Wraith is now just a challenge and a meme? Poor Wraith. Let's see what the results are. Wraith has no date on release, however, we do have a release for Leatherface on PS4. So they didn't even include it in the summary notes, which is a shame because this is a pretty big update. For PS4 players, Leatherface is available October 3rd, which is a Tuesday. Let me double check. Yes, so absolutely, October 3rd is the release of PS4 Leatherface. Should already be out on Xbox, should already be out for PC, because you should have already seen my videos. I've done them, it's happened, and that's really all we have to cover in today's news. Hold the phone, kids! I just realized, breaking news alert, I didn't know they released the patch 1.7.2 until after I wrapped up the news vid, so I'm squeezing this in here. Essentially, they added a few things to fix bugs and balance. The balance is pretty nifty because, oh god, they fixed a lot of things that a lot of people were complaining about. There's not massive fixes, but these are fixes people had complaints about. So first off, let's start from the bottom, working our way up. The hatchets on iridescent hatchets are now down to 1. When you use the iridescent hatchet, you will only have 1 hatchet instead of 3. So you have to use add-ons to get up to 3 iridescent hatchets. Very beautiful way to balance that perk. I felt that was exactly how they should do it. I say they did a fantastic job. Now they changed barbecue and chili a little bit to be more like We're Gonna Live Forever. We're Gonna Live Forever allows you to get blood points after the game. It like doubles your blood points. Now barbecue and chili does the same thing. You hook someone, you get a token. 4 tokens, all your blood points after the fact now get an additional amount. Open-handed affects knockout, so the open-handed, I believe, increases your aura reading range of you and your teammates by 8 meters. So instead of the 12 meter or 14 meter, whatever the knockout would be, you get 8 more meters on that. So that's a good counter to knockout. Franklin's demise is now no longer affected with powers, so such as hatchets from the Huntress, chainsaws, or, well, that was really it. Anything that was causing people to lose their item from not melee basic weapon swings is now fixed. You only can make them drop their weapon if you make the active decision to smack someone upside the head. Now, if it's a weapon from Nurse Blink, Tier 3 Myers, it still drops the weapon, just not from the hatchets or the chainsaws. Bear traps never did it, nothing to worry about. So that, oh, we forgot to also say, with a speed limiter on Leatherface. Now, it used to suck because you would hit someone and they don't go down, they just get hurt. Now the speed limiter, it hurts them for every swing. So every second they're within the range of the chainsaw, they will take damage as if it was a normal hit. So if they were, let's say, full life and they just proc borrowed time and you swung at them and they stayed in the chainsaw the entire time, for every second they're in it, they will get hit as if you were striking them. Therefore, you could still knock someone down with the speed limiter, gain a lot of blood points. I'm just saying, barbecue chili, hook me up with one of those. You're going to get a lot of deviousness. Anyways, that'll wrap up this section. Back out of here. Thank you everybody for watching. If you like these newsy bits, give me a like down below. If you want to talk about the news, give me a nice little comment down below discussing your rage or love for whatever was displayed here today. There really wasn't that much. I again do apologize. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you want to support this channel and all that it does, please check out the Patreon. Any amount of money does help. If you want to donate just $1, you get some nifty little exclusive for videos, which is going to be beginning on the 1st of October, so if you want to jump in on that, it's right around the corner. And I want to thank you all for your time, and as always, good game.